Good day, Deep and Word family. Welcome to day 81 of our Bible study review. Today we are opening up the book of Samuel. Now you might be asking, why is it that we're not reading Ruth? This Bible study is following after the Hebrew Bible. And in the Hebrew Bible, after the book of Judges comes 1 Samuel. So today's chapter studies is going to be chapters 1 through 3. Chapter 1 of the book of Samuel opens up telling the story about his parents. So his father, Elkanah, a man from the tribe of Ephraim. He has 2 wives. One wife, Hannah, who is the mother of Samuel, and the other wife's name is Peninnah. Now she has children with Elkanah, but Hannah is barren. And so it says that Elkanah would go up once a year at Shiloh to sacrifice to Yahuwah Elohim. And so there was a priest named Eli, and he had 2 sons. After this sacrifice, he would go to give portions to his wives. Now to Peninnah and to his children that he had with her, he would give 1 portion. But to Hannah, he would give a double portion, because he loved her. And because he gave this double portion to Hannah, the other wife of Elkanah would taunt Hannah because she was not able to conceive. And so Hannah wept bitterly, and it says that she didn't eat. She went to seek the face of Yahuwah. Her husband Elkanah saw the countenance on her face, and he says, "Why are you weeping? Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" It says that Hannah got up after everyone else was done eating, and she went near the tabernacle. And the priest Eli saw her praying, but he thought she was drunk. She prayed to Yahuwah and asked him, "Do not forget your maidservant." She says, "If you would bless me with a son, I would give him back to you. He would serve you all the days of his life." She essentially made a vow to Yahuwah, and vows are sacred. She told him a razor will never meet his head. And I want you to see the heart of Hannah, that yes, she longs to be a mother, she longs to have a son, but she realizes that a son is a gift, and she wants to give that gift back to serve him. It's a beautiful vow. But I want you to notice that Hannah was fasting because she wanted an answer from Yahuwah. She came before him humble of heart. And so Eli the priest, he sees her praying, but he thinks she's drunk. And he asks her, "How long will you be drunk?" And she says, "Please do not think that I am a sinful woman." She says, "I'm pouring my heart out to Yahuwah." And so he no longer accuses her of drunkenness. And he says, "Whatever it is that you asked, may Yahuwah grant this to you." And so she got up. She went along her way, and she ate. She broke her fast, and she was no longer sad. After this, it says that they woke up early in the morning, they praised Yahuwah, and they went back along their way, back to the land of Ephraim. And it says when they got back home, Elkanah knew his wife. And it says that Yahuwah remembered her, and she conceived and bore a son, and his name is Samuel. Now in Hebrew, his name is Shemuel. Now remember, Shem kind of connects you back to the people, right? The line which he is blessing his people through, Shem, and then we see El at the end. El, short for Elohim. She named him this on purpose because she is dedicating his whole life back to the one who blessed her. Fast forward, it's that time of year again, so Elkanah is about to go up and make his yearly sacrifice and make a vow. And he wants to bring Hannah, but Hannah says, I'm not going until the boy is weaned." And so Elkanah says, "Do what is right." And so when Samuel, or Shemuel, is weaned, then she takes him up. She brings the boy to present him before Yahuwah. She brings 3 bulls, an ephah of flour, and wine. Let's read through the middle of verse 24 and finish out the chapter. "And she brought him to the house of Yahuwah in Shiloh, though the boy was young. Then they slaughtered a bull, and they brought the boy to Eli. And she said, O my Lord, as you live, my Lord, I am the woman that stood by you here praying to Yahuwah. For this boy I prayed, and Yahuwah has given me my petition, which I asked of him. Therefore also I will let Yahuwah have him. As long as he lives, he will be dedicated to Yahuwah." And he worshipped Yahuwah there. I love the beginning of this story and the beginning of this chapter because it truly shows you the truth. All of us belong to Yahuwah Elohim. If he blesses our womb with children, if he blesses you with a husband, or if you are a man, if he blesses you with a wife, they are gifts from him. Our ultimate goal is to bring them back to him. Let us never forget that. Chapter 2 opens up with a prayer of Hannah, and she is blessing the name of Yahuwah. I just want you to think about this from a motherly point of view. Most mothers, if they have to give their children away, it would be a sad occasion. But she is blessing the name of Yahuwah, and she is singing praises to his name. She is so happy that she has been blessed with a son. And this son, his whole life is going to be dedicated back to him. She just knows within her heart her son is special and he will do great things. And after this, we see that the boy is separated from his parents. He is now serving the priest, the high priest, Eli. His mother and his father have gone back to their house. Then it shifts and it talks about the sons of Eli and how these two who are ministering, they're called to be the priesthood. They are profaning the offerings to Yahuwah. The people would bring the meat, the sacrifice. And everyone knew it was custom, right? Because this is the law of the Father. You are to take the fat entrails and burn them. That belongs to Yahuwah. But the two wicked sons of Eli would demand the full offering from people. And so Yahuwah started to set his face against these two sons. You see the faithlessness of his two sons, and then it goes back to talking about Samuel and how he was faithful in this service to Eli, the high priest. He wore a linen ephod, and it says that his mother, every year when they would come up to make a sacrifice, she would bring him a coat. And Eli would bless the parents of Samuel, and he spoke blessings over the womb of Hannah, that she may have many more children. And she did. And now it shifts back to the sons of Eli, the two priests who are wicked. It goes on to say that Eli, he hears of the reports of his two sons, and he confronts them. They're literally sleeping with the women who are serving at the tent of meeting. A little cult prostitution is going on here. He confronts his sons, but they don't listen. And he doesn't really do much more to rebuke them. And then it goes on to tell you the faithfulness of Samuel, how he grows in stature with Yahuwah, and he's also building up a great rapport with the people. Chapter 2 ends with a case against Eli from Yahuwah Elohim himself. He sends a man to prophesy, to speak against Eli. And he says, "Did I not choose for myself out of this house to be the priesthood for me? Did I not choose you among all of the other children of Israel to serve me, to honor me in my house?" And he goes, "Why then have you profaned my sacrifices and my offerings? Why do you choose your sons over me?" Does this not sound familiar? We've heard this from Messiah's mouth as well. Any man who loves their father, their mother, their brother, their spouse, their children, if you love anyone more than you love me, you're not worthy of me. Do you see that? By now you should know that we truly are his priesthood. And so if we hold anyone or anything above him, it's an idol. Eli was the high priest and he knew better. There are standards within the priesthood, and he was the high priest. He did not rebuke these actions from stopping. Let's read verses 30 through 32. It has a little prophetic implication. "Therefore, Yahuwah Elohim of Israel says, I surely said that your house and the house of your fathers should walk before me forever. But now, says Yahuwah, far be it from me to do so. For those who honor me, I will honor, and those who despise me will be humbled. The days are coming when I will cut off your authority and your strength of your father's house, so there shall not be an old man in your house. You shall see the distress of my dwelling, despite all of the good which will be done for Israel." It looks to me like he's prophesying about the temple and how they will see it crumble. Now let's read verses 34 and 35. "This will be the sign to you which will come upon your two sons, Hophni and Phinehas. And one day they will both die. And I will raise up for myself a faithful priest. What is in my heart and in my soul, he will do it. And I will build him a sure house, and it will walk before my anointed forever." Who do you think that the Father is talking about? Come on, y'all. Chapter 3 opens up and it says that Samuel is ministering before Yahuwah as he serves Eli, the high priest. And so it says that Eli was laying down in his bed. And Samuel thought that Eli was calling to him. So he went to him and he said, "Yes." And he goes, "Go to sleep. I have not called you." This happens another time. And Eli tells him again, "Go lay down." And the third time that it happens, Eli recognizes that Yahuwah is calling upon Samuel. And so he gives him instructions. He says, "The next time that you hear the voice calling to you, tell him, 'Speak, Yahuwah, for I am here.'" So Yahuwah calls upon the name of Samuel again. And Samuel responded. He said, "Speak, your servant listens." Well, let's read from verse 11. "Then Yahuwah said to Samuel, See, I am doing something in Israel which will make both ears ring of everyone that hears it. In that day I will bring against Eli everything which I have spoken with regard to his house from beginning to end. For I told him that I will judge his house forever for the guilt which he knew, because his sons were cursed, and he did not rebuke them." Verse 14. Therefore I have sworn to the house of Eli that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be atoned for with sacrifice nor offering forever. Verse 15. Samuel lay until the morning. Then he opened the doors of the house of Yahuwah. Now Samuel feared to report the vision to Eli. Then Eli called to Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. And he answered, Here I am. Eli said, What is the thing that Yahuwah has spoken to you? Do not hide it from me. Thus may Elohim do so to you, and more also, if you hide from me a word out of all of the things that he spoke to you. So Samuel told Eli all that Yahuwah had said. And Eli said, Let Yahuwah do what is good. He recognizes his fault. And so all of Israel hears of this prophecy, and not one of these words has fallen to the ground. Samuel was established as a prophet in the land, a true mouthpiece for Yahuwah Elohim. Let's close out today's reading with verse 21. And Yahuwah appeared again in Shiloh, for Yahuwah revealed himself to Samuel in Shiloh by the word of Yahuwah. Our Father reveals himself to us by his word. Now we have the written word, we have the spoken word, and there are several who have witnessed and testified of the word who put on flesh and tabernacled among us. And now we have it written down to read. If you never get into this word, how could he ever reveal himself to you? Samuel dedicated his whole life to Yahuwah. Let those words testify to you. Let this whole story testify that we are called to a higher standard. And if we know that sin is in the midst of the camp and we don't rebuke it, the Father may come soon and rebuke us. Deep in Word family, that is all that I have for you today. Until tomorrow, Yah bless.